What is up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Cinestro Core. It's your boy Blackspeed, aka Bob Iger Pack Loading. You know what I'm saying? Bob Iger Pack in the air. And I'm here with Harris Nifdula, Dave Filoni's bastard son, and Grand Messiah Sauce. We're in here, and we're about to take y'all to a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, while we discuss our first ever create your own film. What this is, it's the brainchild of just delirious ideas cooking together from the greatest minds of this planet, aka the Cinestro Core podcast. We were thinking, because the strikes are still going on, and we're not going to continue our regularly scheduled episoding until the AMPTP or whatever the fuck their name is does a deal, does a proper deal. I'm on their ass. I'm in there. I'm in their walls, bro. I'm like, they gotta do this shit now. They gotta sign. They gotta sign. Like, we got notifications, because we be word on the street. We be hearing the talk through the grapevines and the trees and the branches and the winds and whatever the hell else. The AMPTP met with the WGA today on Wednesday, November? September 20th.
September 19th.
Not November.
September 20th.
And they met with the WGA to quote unquote resume talks. Last time they met with the WGA, it was all smoke and mirrors. They really weren't making a deal. So, for the benefit of everyone striking, I want this to be real so that they can, get what they deserve. But I don't believe the AMTP 123 CPO, fuck them guys. They can AMTP kiss my ass until they pay the writers and actors. I don't give a damn what their icon is, their acronym. They can
preach, King. Let them
know. I was gonna say something, but we already too deep. We already too deep. Let's move on. So basically, the message is pay the writers, pay the actors. We've been saying this for the last 4 weeks. We're gonna keep saying it until the strikes end, and even after the strikes end, we're gonna keep saying it because that's what people deserve. But that being said, because we're not continuing our regularly scheduled episoding, we kind of decided we're gonna do an episode about. It's gonna be another one of those continuing series that we do here on the show. We're going to take a moment to create our own. Everyone's going to get a chance to create their own film. If you had, unlimited resources, money, time frame.
So we're making sure there's no constraints, right? Like it's just like an ideal version of whatever.
It's like a sandbox, free build. What's it called? Creative mode in Minecraft type thing.
There you go. No constraints. Just go. You can cast whatever you want. Pick whatever director, whatever you want to do to make your film come to life. Do fuck marketing, fuck budget, like none of that shit matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everyone's going to get a chance to just decide what they want to do for their film. Obviously, AZ can't make it today. He's out battling the
demons.
He's out there fighting the First Order. That's what he's doing. He's fighting the First Order. First Order weak as hell. Let me change that. That's stupid. He out there fighting
the Ron's army.
Thank you. The Uzon.
Me off a perk.
Oh my
God. Okay, sorry.
Let's not.
You're not in the trenches like me. All right, so we're gonna have who was gonna go first?
Me,
Graham.
I think. Yeah.
Graham was gonna go first. Graham's gonna go first. Go ahead and pitch your Star Wars film. Start with the storyline. I feel like we should start with the storyline so you get that idea.
Wait, should we add a little thing to it where it's like Shark Tank and we're like, I'm in, I'm not in, or
let's do
the vote,
but only if we use it to not bully him.
Yes.
Nah,
you can give me.
Maybe at the end
a no.
At the end, we can go around and be like, I'm a producer. I greenlight this or whatever, right?
Because
your studio
this
exec.
This is obviously all opinionated. So I mean,
True.
I think it's not like a draft. Like y'all probably won't pick the same like that.
Damn,
this is about to be off the wall a little bit.
All right, let's go. We're ready.
So I watched.
Considering Graham knows the most Star Wars lore, I'm excited to see what he says. Between like him and DZ, they be knowing a lot of shit. I just be talking. I don't know. I be on Wikipedia.
Yeah. So I almost like kind of have to, because like the storyline, it's gonna be a Jedi Master and his Padawan who's very fresh. Like it's gonna be like let's compare it. It's gonna be Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan going on like their first or second mission, but I want this to be set in what's called the Old Republic.
Okay.
And to kind of give like a little bit of a background of what's going on during this, I want these two master and apprentice, to be hunting like a Mandalorian like mercenary group, or this like sect of Mandalorians that have kind of started initiating what will end up being the Mandalorian versus Jedi war. So this will be like the beginning of it, when Darth Revan and Darth Malak are still at the Jedi Order, training and whatnot, before they go off to decimate the Mandalorians and then eventually become Sith Lords. Want this to kind of be like a Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan relationship, where the Master is really attuned to the Force and doesn't really believe in the Council in this Republic, pre-Republic, to kind of start getting that less democratic view and very like colonialism, like where they start just kind of taking over things without thinking of the planets and stuff.
Jedi's colonialists, bro.
Absolutely.
Cooking.
So
fucking cooking, bro.
So
Comrade Graham.
I'm about to throw this in. Balin made this quote in a certain series that came out yesterday
that we don't talk about. They're struck.
But yeah, so a quote was made that the Jedi Order and the Empire, or its history repeats itself. So this movie will be set obviously 2,000 years ago, but it'll kind of be this beginning, almost like Episode 3. A little bitish.
So you're playing with the idea of kind of history repeating itself and using like the same tropes that we're all familiar with, that we all know, the same relationships, and kind of the basic story structure of Star Wars, right?
But I want it to be real dark. Like I want this to be set, because the Mandalorians are menaces. Like they're almost like savages, Vikings-esque, like that movie, The Barbarian. It's kind of what I wanted this movie to be a little bit. But I just watched 10 Cloverfield Lane not too long ago.
Great film.
And so from this story of pretty much these Master and Apprentice having to search for what will potentially end up being Mandalore the Ultimate, like the big bad Mandalore, and then they both end up dying because Mandalorians are just different. Mandalore the Ultimate is this big bad who, 50 years later into this war, Darth Revan's going to have to fight. Take his mask, dons the mask, and becomes Darth Revan. So I want I'm going to pick a director right now. It's going to be Dan Trachtenberg, who did 10 Cloverfield Lane and did the Prey movie.
Let's fucking go.
About what? When did Prey come out? Last year, I think.
During the pandemic, I think 2020.
Yeah, maybe 2 years ago.
2022. You might be right. Actually, I think.
It was a year or two ago, which is my favorite Predator movie. And there's something like he sets this world building and in 10 Cloverfield Lane like really very well, which I don't think, when was the Cloverfield Lane came out 2016, the earlier Cloverfield movie was like early 2000s. I don't know. He just has really big world building and makes it intense.
I think that's a fantastic pick from a director standpoint, because I think Dan Trachtenberg is also really good at action, one, as he showed in Prey, and two, creating tension, which we can see in 10 Cloverfield Lane. And this is a story that I feel like would require a lot of tension and a lot of really cool action set pieces. So I think
I'm almost I would compare it to Prey, because I feel like Mandalorians would use like guerrilla tactics, or almost like Apocalypse Now, even like those old Vietnam style. Like you're going.
I can envision a scene where Revan is like he's gone to the Mandalorian lair, or he's like journeying through a lair, and he just has his lightsaber and he's lighting his way through, right?
Yeah.
And then the Mandalorians are just like ambushing him, and they come out.
Yeah, there's like 30 on each side of them.
And they're shrouded by darkness. You don't see anything. You just see blaster bolts and the fucking flamethrowers, and they're just like flying by and like taking pot shots. A grapple
every now and then, trying to pull them in.
Yeah,
exactly. So All right, so there's my director, and that's the kind of direction I'm thinking. So my master Jedi would be Michael Fassbender.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bro.
And then,
That's a good
bro, so this, in which I guess I could almost kind of go back and pick a younger actor. But I want Fassbender to be pretty much like an older Qui-Gon, like a Qui-Gon set a few thousand years in the back, which is a rehashing of things. But Qui-Gon is my favorite Jedi of all time, so I'm going to use him as a inspiration, kind of.
Yeah.
And then I want Dev Patel to be the Padawan.
You son of a fucking bitch.
And I want him to be like he is in the Green Knight, like a kind of like how Obi-Wan is a little bit, like constricted, or what does Luke say to Vader? Conflicted. Yeah. I feel the conflict in you. So I feel like Dev could pull that off, and you have Michael Fassbender being like this stoic kind of guy, and like they're in this shitty ass situation, like where they're not gonna make it out. Like there's no way possible they can make it off of this Mandalorian planet. And
that's badass. Yeah, I like that. Those are
my two actors. I don't even know really who would be. Okay, so let me pick a voice actor for Mandalore the Ultimate. That's who I guess would be my big bad.
Okay.
All right, I haven't really thought about this.
Let me throw one out there.
I'm thinking Lawrence Fishburne.
Ooh.
But
that is good.
But what's crazy, I'm kind of like Lance Reddick. R.I.P. Lance Reddick.
Man. Oh, R.I.P.
I think Lance Reddick would because he's a really good voice actor in Destiny.
Who would you have suggested, Fabio?
Yeah. I was going to say James Spader. He's my favorite voice actor.
Anything. Ultron?
Anything.
Yeah,
Ultron.
Ultron.
That fucking voice.
So that is true. He could be my droid in this. Okay,
because
so check this out.
You did want a droid.
So I'll have a HK-47 assassin droid
going
along with the Jedi, and it's James Spader.
That's crazy. Fire, bro.
That's heat. That's heat.
There it is.
That is heat. Love that.
So what's the other? What else would I need to do?
You can add whatever little things you think you might need to add to your story. That would
I'm just gonna say this. I want the lightsaber choreographer for the Anakin episode in this series that just came out, because whoever's been doing that is top notch,
killing it. All right.
And then, I mean, why not get Hans Zimmer to do the score? Let me just make the best movie of all time real quick.
There you go. There you go.
Son of a bitch.
All right. How do we feel? Producers, are we greenlight this shit?
I really know producers. Yeah.
I'd greenlight the shit out of this.
I'd greenlight the shit out of that. That's a great pitch.
Here's $1 billion. Have fun.
Here's $1 billion.
Here's $2 billion. Yeah. Go pay Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. So
only him.
Make a $500 million profit.
Buy him a new F1 car.
F1 league, probably with $2 billion. I don't know how much F1 costs.
Yeah.
That was a great pitch. I think that was awesome. You were worried for nothing, Graham.
Yeah, that was really good.
This is,
That was good. Who's next? Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
It is.
Okay. Luis Aleman presents. Luis Aleman Productions presents.
Ooh.
All right, so I'll go about it, and I'll tell I'll start off with my plot, the plot of my Star Wars movie. So my Star Wars movie would be a war movie. It would focus on two soldiers, boots on the ground soldiers, and kind of what they go. That's the main. There's like two storylines, but the main one is two soldiers, boots on the ground, dealing with the atrocities of war. It's violent, it's gory, it's dark. We're seeing explosions, and we're seeing people being blown up, and we're seeing the horrors of that young men go through fighting an intergalactic war. Right?
Saving Private Ryan.
Essentially. Yeah.
At least the first 5 minutes of it.
And Saving Private Ryan,
All Quiet.
every All Quiet on the Western Front, all these great war movies. Think about that. Think about how visceral and gritty and grounded they are. And so it focuses on two characters, two soldiers, right? One is a younger man and one is an older man. They're paired together. They're one's like teaching them the ropes, and he's kind of teaching them the ways of what it's like to be a soldier fighting in this war, right? And we find out, right, that there's this other plot of a Jedi, right, who's part of the council, right, and they've gotten word that this will be set in like the High Republic times or the Old Republic times, like a long time ago. So there's a lot of Jedi and there's a lot of dark side users. There's a lot of Force users, and they're at war with each other, right? And so we find out that the Jedi have found out that there is a mole within their ranks, within their midst, right? A dark side Force user that's infiltrated their ranks and is trying to destroy them from the inside out. So they get word. So the Jedi Council sends this young, up and coming, kind of abrasive, young, egotistical Jedi to go snuff it out, and do what they need to do with this dark side user. So from the soldier's perspective, right, it's constantly shifting back and forth, taking place mostly from the soldier's perspective. They view the Jedi as kind of these mythic beings, right? That's gods. They can't comprehend the power they hold, right? It's mostly them fighting these battles. But when a Jedi shows up, the tide of the battle has changed. When a Sith shows up, the tide of the battle has changed. There's these nuclear weapons, right, that are just ready they can change the tide of battle. So from the soldier's perspective, you only ever see them cast in light or shrouded in darkness, and you just see the lightsabers and you see the chaos and the destruction and the damage that they can cause, right? So for regular soldiers, these are these incomprehensible things that are such powerful beings that you can't comprehend, right? So they're dealing with all that and the atrocities of war and these super beings that they can't seem to grasp. And the Jedi, is making his way, and he detects that there's a Force sensitive person amongst well within the ranks, whatever, it goes on. Turns out he then befriends these soldiers. He kind of, he befriends them, that he joins their ranks. He leads them into war, leads them into battle.
The spy does.
No. The main Jedi, he joins them, and he's like, there's something, like, I sense it. I know I'm close. I feel it. I know he's here. I just need a little bit more time. So what happens? Whatever, growth, plot, character arcs, etc. Right, and then towards the end of the and you have this bad guy, this main villain, the Sith Lord, that they're all trying to attack and take down and beat, right? And then at the end, basically what happens is you find out that one of the soldiers was the Force sensitive user all along. He wasn't a mole, and he wasn't trying to destroy the good guys from the inside out. He just wasn't aware that he was a Force user, right? And so he was suppressing it, and the Jedi couldn't find him. And at the end of the movie, what happens is he goes back home to meet his to visit his family, and he finds that some Jedi have raped and murdered his family, right? Because there's so many Force users. There's good, bad, and there's everything in between. Right? That you can't, and not everyone is
rogue Jedi, dark Jedi,
exactly, rogue Jedi, dark Jedi, exactly. People forced to the dark side, etc. So they do these things. He finds his family, and he goes berserk, and he finally unleashes his Force powers. And he rips these people to shreds, whatever. And then he becomes this finally this Force attuned person, this Force attuned being, and it ends with him basically telling himself that he needs to end both the Jedi and the Sith, because there's nothing good can come from people wielding such power.
Okay, so check this.
Dude, hold on.
Let me give you one more point to add on to that.
Okay, real quick, because what Luis just said, this is going to be great because it's going to tie into what I have written down here. So go ahead. I'll pick up once y'all are done.
Do y'all know who Emperor Vitiate is?
No, who is that?
Have y'all? So he's from the Old Republic, and he's the Sith Lord that pretty much turned Revan and Malak to the fully to the Sith.
Okay.
He is immortal. He
possesses different bodies, right?
Yes. So he was Valkorian in that the trailers that used to come out for the Old Republic, like MMO or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so Vitiate, but bangers. So he's been around forever, and his rise to power was him literally sucking the life from this entire planet after he either killed his mom or his dad had killed his mom, and that caused him to go crazy. So what Luis was just saying this could honestly, like the finale, like the last bit of that movie, could be some Sith landing on the planet, coming up to him and calling him Vitiate.
Well, that
And
would be a
that
cool
would,
way
like-
to tie it into
If
legend.
you wanted it to tie into
Yeah.
Legends and shit, that's
Yeah.
just my way of like kind of tying it in. But
Yeah,
that
it would be a cool way.
That's a cool story.
Or him
I
calling
will say.
himself Vitiate or something, or it's like an
Especially
amalgamation.
because-
An amalgamation
especially
of his wife and his daughter's names
Yes,
that he puts together.
Because Jedi did that to his family, like not Sith. You know that will cause someone to, I don't know, go crazy.
Exactly. I think it's the fact that it was the Jedi, because then he's like, these are the people that were meant to protect us, that are meant to help us, and look at what they did. You know.
Yeah.
He said, and I've seen the atrocities of the Sith. I know what they've done, and they're no.
But this is the big.
So then,
but that's the biggest atrocity to him.
Yeah, he's like, so then he's like, so neither of them can exist because there is no good, and good does not exist, and so you just kind of like, you know, and you just like teases like a sequel or whatever because you gotta get that tease.
You got
or whatever.
Star Wars. You're gonna have to.
But essentially, but here's who I would have composed the score: Johnny Greenwood. Ever heard of him? Ever heard of him?
Yes.
No, you know Johnny Greenwood.
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar.
Radiohead.
Oh shit! Okay.
Johnny He's
right.
Here's some movies he's composed: Phantom Thread, Paul Thomas Anderson joint; The Master, Paul Thomas Anderson; The Power of the Dog. You were never really here, Paul Thomas Anderson. The Master, Paul Thomas Anderson. Spencer. So he's he's an Oscar winner. So he's a phenomenal composer. We know he's amazing, and we know that you're in a pair of safe hands. Here's who I would have write the film. I have two options. I'm going to throw them both out there, and I'll tell you why I would want either one, and I'm going to make a decision. Quentin Tarantino, one, okay, because he can really balance the violence and the gore, but I think he's too funny, and he would find a way to try to add too much humor and too much.
Like a Waititi-ish a little bit.
But better.
But better, yeah. Oh, he's better. Absolutely.
But you know, Quentin, and just because I would like to see what Quentin would be able to do in that world. But
a Hateful Eight-ish kind of movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of the thing
But Quentin would probably want to direct is the thing, and so I'm locked in on my director, so I don't know. And my other pick is Tony Gilroy. I mean, what a better way to talk about institutions and the military-industrial complex, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we saw what he did with Rogue One. We saw what he did with Andor. Now take that and take the constraints off. Be like, it's okay. You can be darker. You can be more on the nose. Go for it. Inject a little bit of action. Inject a little bit of violence and darkness and kind of this tension, right? And don't be scared to be overly political and state your mind. You know, I think that script would be very good. And what better hands to put a Tony Gilroy written script set in space than the man Alfonso motherfucking Cuarón. Ever heard of him? Directed Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay.
My favorite Harry Potter
movie, the greatest Harry Potter movie. Directed my favorite movie of all time, Y Tu Mamá También. He's an Oscar winner. Directed Roma. Directed the phenomenal film Children of Men. Exactly. Alfonso Cuarón.
Did he direct Gravity?
No, that's Pain and Glory was. Spanish. I forgot his name.
Isn't it?
No, I'm blanking. Oh my god. It's gonna
Parallel
kill me.
Mothers.
Who was he? Oh my god. Dude. Pedro Almodóvar.
It was.
Fuck, my bad.
One of the two Spanish filmmakers.
Alfonso Cuarón's Mexican. Yeah. But yes, so you know, it's a Mexican, and this is very important. You'll see why.
That's a fucking pig.
Alfonso Cuarón directing this movie, I think would be phenomenal. He's just a fantastically visual filmmaker. If you see Children of Men, you know that he can handle those large scale kind of action battle sequences, as well as he really has a beautiful visual eye. And I think he's one of the best in the game, and he's phenomenal. He's one of my favorite, Alfonso Cuarón. Now here's the cast. Okay,
here we go. He about to cook.
The soldier who turns out to be the force sensitive one, who's evil, played by an actor I got to represent my people named Raúl Castillo. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him. Probably not. He works a lot, but he's not in a lot of very, very well known stuff. But he's a phenomenal actor. If you get the chance to look him up, you may recognize him and look up any of the stuff he's in. A really good show that he's a part of is called Yeah, and the inspection was great, and he's great in a show called Looking, with Jonathan Groff. But he would be my lead. Raul Castillo, phenomenal actor. He's got the range. He's got the gravitas, and he can really handle that kind of like that wide-eyed kind of naivete of a young,
mystical.
of a young actor. But he also has the range to play vicious and evil and cold and darkened when need be. After after he becomes a man who's experienced war and the atrocities of war. Okay.
So he's the younger soldier of
the
movie?
one who ends up turning at the end turning
bad.
Yeah, after his family's murdered. Then you have the older soldier played by Esai Morales. Right.
Let's go.
Everybody knows the motherfucking go. The most recent thing he's been in was Mission
Impossible.
The bad guy in Mission Impossible 7. He's also in he was also in Blood In, Blood Out. He was also in Master Gardener for Murder this year. Fantastic actor. I mean, Esai Morales, fantastic actor, older. You know, he can definitely carry that kind of that wise character who's full of knowledge, but also is a paternal figure for Raul Castillo's character and guides him along the way and wants, you know, and can be stern and strict when you need to be on the battlefield for survival, but also be warm and welcoming, you know, to make him feel like he's not alone in such a dark, lonely place that is like war, right? Then I have, here we go, the Jedi who I picked to go on the undercover mission, who's kind of this headstrong, young, up-and-coming knight who's ready to prove himself. I had Dev Patel as well. I had Dev Patel because I think Dev Patel is him. He's him, dude.
He's one of the best actors of our generation.
He's a phenomenal actor.
If that.
He's a phenomenal actor. He's he has such a commanding screen presence. He's so like yes, obviously he's very handsome, but he's very like commanding and charming. And I feel like this would be a good role for him to play because we haven't really seen him be very like assertive and kind of and be the guy who goes against the rules and be a little bit harder. You know, I think that would really work well for him. And then I added this in there. I didn't really think about this character until last minute, so I tried plugging him in there, but it kind of threw me off. But I would have a Jedi, a Sith, be the villain, who's kind of the audience thinks that's who's gonna turn out to be the bad guy, but it's all just a bait and switch, and it turns out to be actually Raul Castillo's character. But this guy would be played by Paul Mescal.
Paul Mescal, threw him in there. I knew he was gonna say that.
Great actor, fucking phenomenal. Again, I would love to see him play like a villain, do something dark. I think he would be able to kill that. And I think him and Dev Patel acting off of each other would be absolutely magical.
A 15-minute sword fight between those two?
Yes. One take. One shot, one take. Fight of Dev Patel and Paul Mescal.
And like, I don't even know. Yeah.
I know.
Honestly.
I know.
Like, background, what kind of planet? Give me a planet. Give me a set.
It's like a. You know what I'm thinking? You remember Solo? Whenever he goes off to war, something like that.
Oh, that kind of gray, grayish.
I want something that's kind of like yellowish, orange. Have you ever seen Justin Kurzel's Macbeth? Michael Fassbender's in it.
Fuck.
You said yellow.
Have you ever seen that movie?
I was about to say that Netflix filter when they go to like Mexico.
No, not really. That was a bad example.
that kind of yellowish filter.
Look up stills for Macbeth with Michael Fassbender. Something like that. There's a lot of like smoke and fogginess, and it's like and fire and just kind of these orange and red hues on the battlefield, and you can just see shadows of people running off in the background, and you see blast bolts.
It's one of Fassbender's best movies.
And you just see Paul Mescal and Dev Patel just fighting, duking it out, and in this, you know, as the blaster bolts are behind them, and you know, it just.
So, what color would you give Dev Patel? Because I would have given him. He's
green.
Yeah,
Dev Patel's green
all day long.
He's green all day long. Yeah. And Paul Mescal's character would be tatted the fuck up. He's got like Sith tattoos out the like motherfucking ass. Yeah, bro. But you know, Paul Mescal's a very white guy, so just paint him white, like very pale. No, for real, paint him white.
Look like God
and he's got his fucking tattoos, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Gore the God Butcher.
Something dark, something very kind of like a little like it's got like kind of like this very grounded, like what Rogue One wanted to do. If they would have let
I kind of think Full Metal Jacket
Gareth Edwards actually do his movie. Yeah, Platoon. You had mentioned it already, but I think Platoon.
Platoon.
Yeah, you know, like I said,
Full Metal Jacket.
Justin Kurtz's Macbeth. Yeah, think of all these things as inspiration. The Green Knight. You know, all these films that kind of look beautiful.
The Green Knight's what made me pick Dev Patel as the Padawan, because that was like not a coming to age movie for him, but sort of, kind of, almost.
But yeah, so yeah, that would be that's my pitch.
I've got 2 thumbs up.
A little long-winded, so sorry.
Yeah, no,
that's good.
That was
definitely green light.
That's solid.
That's just really hard to fucking follow up.
I know.
No.
I've
read your pick. It fucks.
Yeah, but I don't.
Your
I don't move my
storyline.
hands as much as you do.
I don't know what to do with my
public
hands.
speaker like you.
I'm not. I guess it's my turn.
Yep.
Okay, so I am pitching mine. I guess I'll start off with my era. I wasn't sure if it was High or the Old Republic, but I think it's High Republic is when there's basically no Sith. Like, it's like this era of
peace,
relative peace, because the Sith are doing the rule of 2. They're all fucking around in the background.
In the shadows.
They're not doing the big stuff, because the wars with the Sith and the Jedi, that's Old Republic as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like while Plagueis is in the shadows.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's they're off to the side. The Jedi are doing whatever the fuck they do.
Jedi shit.
Yeah, Jedi stuff. Right? And so the rough outline basically is a story, and I guess it's kind of trite at this point, but it's a Jedi Jedi Master and a Padawan. The Padawan is on the verge of what's the word? They're gonna become a knight. They're not gonna be a Padawan anymore.
He's passing the trials.
They're graduating. He's having his little party and everything.
It's christening.
It's christening. He's gonna confirm.
He's Catholic.
And he's Catholic. Space Catholic. So he's about to do that, and then all of a sudden he's gone. No one knows where he is, and his master is fucking going crazy. He said, "Where's my boy?" Because he's broken a rule of the Jedi, and he's gotten attached. That's his son, essentially.
Oh, okay.
It's not his son, but that's his boy.
That's his boy.
He has become attached.
That is his boy. He needs to know what happened. He
my child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, he won't be at peace unless he knows what happened to his surrogate son, basically. Yes. And
so it's Finding Nemo in space.
Yeah, Finding Nemo, but with like guts and shit. The council, of course, I think the council, of course, is like not helpful. I think, like in pretty much every depiction of the council, and they are stonewalling him. They're saying, "No, fucking go over here, do this. This is none of your concern.
Get you a new apprentice."
Basically, they're saying, "Fucking get over it. We're gonna take care of this. You do you." And he's not gonna do that. So he basically goes on this like little, what's the word? Like an investigation detective type deal. He's this planet. I forgot to say it takes place on Coruscant, and he goes into the lower levels because that's where it's.
I'm sold. I'm sold.
That's where it is leading to. And if anyone knows about it, there's like a big criminal element. It's super shitty. It smells like poop and
slums.
Like it's
a slum.
It's an underground favela essentially.
Yeah.
And so that's where this movie takes place. It does not leave Coruscant. It does not leave the slums except for flashbacks and like the very ending. Like that's where it takes place. It's almost like a what's the word? Like a cyberpunk almost. Like it's a cyberpunk setting.
Blade Runner-ish.
Blade
Runner-ish. That's how it's been shown.
Ridley
like
Scott's gonna be your
Kenobi.
director.
No.
Wait, don't get ahead of it. Don't get it.
Yeah.
I know who.
Yeah. And then so basically he goes on this journey. He's I guess you'd call him a gray Jedi. He has an orange lightsaber, and he's gonna do what he needs to do to find out what happened to his son. And he kills people. He tortures people. He needs to know. He does whatever he has to do. And over the course of the movie, this lightsaber is gonna it's gonna get bled, like, slowly over time, and you're gonna see it, and you're not gonna notice it anymore
until the end, until it's finally red,
until it's like fucking blood red, and that's when you know he's gone. So basically, he finds out that there's like a cabal, a cult, whatever you want to call it, a sect of Force users within the temple, not the council, but within the temple, that is utilizing the there's like a Sith shrine under the temple.
Holy shit!
That is supposedly cleansed. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is.
This is canon. That's canon.
This is canon. And chat, check this.
Chat, is this real?
Chat, is this for real?
Is this real, chat?
Hey,
and
send
not
everyone in
Sith.
chat. Send real quick.
this group of Force users, they're not Sith. They're just Jedi who are not. Yeah. They're like, no, why the fuck are we doing this? They said, yeah, they're like, the Sith are gone. They said, we can do all this fucking shit. Why are we not utilizing it? And they're like, we don't need to be Sith. They're in it for themselves, and they're using Padawans, and they're using other like Force sensitive beings within Coruscant, because it's a giant fucking planet, and it's got all these levels, and there's all these, impoverished people that they can take advantage of, and they're saying we're gonna use them, and they are basically like sacrificing them and like draining them of their whatever, I don't know, fucking
essence,
XP,
life essence.
XP.
Midichlorians.
The midichlorians, sure.
Yeah.
And they're using it for themselves. And when he finds out, he rips shit. He's able to kill some of them run, some of them don't. But at a certain point, he confronts the council. And it turns out that the council already knew. They're basically fucking ignoring it because it's not important to them. It's such a small thing in the grand scheme of the galaxy that the council's like, these are just boys being boys. It doesn't matter.
Right. And I really like that socioeconomic element of it. It's like, they're killing.
No, I have some
they're not worried because they're just killing poor people from the lower levels of Coruscant.
People that they would never accept into the
That's what a cult is.
But
it's just like a cult. You take advantage of people that have nothing. And no outlook on anything. So there's nothing for them to do.
He confronts the council. They're aware.
He confronts the council. They're aware. They don't care. And at this point, he's not a Sith, but he's tapping into the dark side. That's why his lightsaber's blooded.
He's become angry.
He's angry. He's fully given into his rage, and he fights them. And at any given point, I mean, Graham, how many people are in the council? You're my guy.
It's
about it's like 10, 8 or something
10,
like that.
Yeah, like 8 to 10, I think. Is it 12? Something like that.
He can only kill like 2 of them. Because as it turns out, he's not special. He's just a guy. And all these people he's killed in these lower levels, like they're lesser than him, like in terms of power. Like he has all this anger, and he's right to be angry, and he has a purpose, but that doesn't mean he can do it. And he can't beat them. There's too many of them. He's not as strong as them. He wasn't on the council for a reason. And the movie ends
just a regular schmegular Jedi Knight.
Yeah, the movie ends with him just dying, and we never find out who exactly did it to the Padawan. We don't know if he's alive or dead after he's drained. Like, it's just they're done. His story's over. It doesn't matter. The council keeps going eventually, and eventually Order 66 and all that shit happens. They die.
That's crazy,
bro. It's
Imagine the last scene is a flashback of flashbacks
or
of him
flash
and his
forward.
Padawan. No, flashbacks of him and his Padawan.
Yeah.
All the good memories they had between them as he dies. He's being stabbed by
like Jon Snow
council members. Yeah,
Jon Snow getting stabbed by the whole Night Watch, kind of.
So
and he's being flashbacks.
The shot I have in my head is
holy shit,
Arthur Morgan when he's looking at the sunset.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a good person, Coruscant, but he did what he needed to do over Coruscant, basically. Yeah.
So it is canon actually that there was a Sith shrine under the Jedi Temple.
That's why he picked it. Yeah.
That's fucking That's pretty
That's
badass.
good, bro.
Actually.
I fucking love
So
that.
that's my
gutsy.
story.
So you just have this aspect of this Padawan. So what if the I don't know, like think of this almost like I don't know. I'm just kind of talking about my ass.
I really like.
What if he just kind of lost his mind and maybe he didn't really have a Padawan?
Then that starts getting. I get what you're saying. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Memento.
I really like the idea of remember.
Grippy
Everyone's seen
Jedi.
The Witch, right? Everyone's seen The Witch.
Grippy
Where
Son
you can-
Jedi.
If you depending on like how dark and like twisted and like weird you want to get, you could
Mhm.
really add like I really like about that movie those shots of the witch naked in this kind of like weird physique with the
Mhm.
blood and
Yeah.
all the
Contorted.
babies she's sacrificed, all
Yes.
contorted. You have shots like that, but of like this kind of like sadistic dark side
Sith temple.
ritual, Sith temple ritual, right? Where just like naked people floating in the air and like
Me and you were
the
just
babies
saying this
being-
about the Acolyte show.
yeah,
that's
we
the
were,
kind of shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's not going to happen, but that's the kind of shit I want
Exactly.
that you
That's
should
what
It should
see.
happen.
exactly.
Absolutely.
The
Kid's skin is being ripped off his body or whatever by the force or whatever the
it's
fuck,
something
you know.
fucking foul.
Right.
So basically, what I mentioned is that I want this movie to be R-rated
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
that's
okay,
something
yeah.
we've never had, and I think it's something that
Right.
would fit well with Star Wars if they
I
didn't
think
have
we're
to sell
getting closer
toys.
and closer to one, honestly.
Yeah,
Because I just feel like Marvel or Disney in general with shows is getting a little more
serious.
serious.
Mhm.
Like Guardians, seeing a face getting ripped off and like seeing all that, and
The
then
F word, the F bomb.
Yeah,
the F bomb. But Sabine just stabbed the dude in the face, and we saw a fucking reaction to it. Spoilers, but yeah, like
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks.
you get a whole like
No. So what else? What
I
else?
mean,
What
watch
else,
that episode.
what else about your pitch? What else about your pitch?
Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is I really want. This is like a small idea, but I really want like a Darth Vader scene, but like backwards, where it's from his perspective, and you just see him like fucking shit up in the lower levels.
First
And-
person point of view.
First person point of view,
oh,
just
Like the
cutting
Vader
through 'em,
comics.
and
Like the
but
Vader
like using the
comics.
Force in ways that we haven't seen it.
yeah.
just like-
okay, Star Killer.
From not like he brings down the start. No, he crumples people, like and just fucking shoves them, and like
He
and
does
that's
this. Their limbs fall like get torn
Basically.
apart.
like
Yeah.
because that's something you could do in an R-rated movie, and I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
it's something
you
that a
just
Force
shred
user
'em.
would do.
Mhm.
absolutely.
Why would he get close? So
Mhm.
that's the basic gist of it.
That
I like
fucks,
And
bro.
I guess
like it a lot.
what am I
That
doing? What am I
fucks.
doing? So I guess I
Director?
do choreography, director, writer,
Mhm.
and fucking what was I gonna say?
Composer.
Composer. For my director, because it's like such a neo cyberpunk thing, I really want Denis Villeneuve
There you go,
because
baby.
that's
Let's
my
go.
boy. I love him.
Wait, who
He's
said
not doing Dune
Denis
for a while, so
Villeneuve.
fuck it. I think he's got it.
Yeah,
I think
he was my first pick.
Mhm.
He
I
was.
think he can do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's done
My
it already.
composer, because they work so fucking well together. I also picked Hans Zimmer.
Of
Mm.
course.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
That's my king.
You have
I
to.
love him.
Yeah,
One of the
he
one
is
of,
the king.
if not the greatest living composers, other than maybe John Williams.
But
that's
just-
it.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
that too.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the writer, at least you're a bitch. I wanted Tony Gilroy.
Let's
'cause
go.
The
Let's
best
go.
dialogue, the best
Oh my God,
monologues.
dude.
And
Yes.
I think in this movie
Imagine
you
the
need
convers-
monologues.
Imagine
you
the
need,
conversation between him and the Jedi Council,
yes.
written by
Oh.
Tony Gilroy at the end
Yes,
when he
two
finds out they
opposing
knew.
sides who are in their own minds know they're right and know
Yeah.
that the other one just
Right.
needs to get fucking
Wait,
go away.
Get
who's
fucked.
gonna deliver these monologues?
Okay, so that's
Oh,
Riz Ahmed?
You're gonna have to pick a couple of Jedi
Riz.
Council members too for good actors.
that's what I was
let's
gonna
see.
think.
Like,
I was gonna
you've
say
got to
that.
pick a few right here.
I want mostly unknowns
Mm-hmm.
because I think if the council's
Okay.
made up of a bunch of famous people,
It's gonna
Same
take
as
away
Jackson.
too.
Yeah.
they're too important. I need them to be not
Faceless.
mythical, but just faceless.
Faceless.
You
Yeah.
forget
Yeah.
about them when you don't see them. You don't know who they are.
Yeah.
They're
But
just
this is also
they're
what
the powers that
2,000
be.
years before
Mhm.
what we've been seeing. So they're obviously we're not gonna recognize any of them.
yeah, no one. But I mean, we don't want to
I like
recognize
that.
the actors. Is what I'm
Mhm.
saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
The only named actors I would really want would be the main character and maybe the Padawan, and that's it.
Okay.
And
Who
maybe
would
a
they
few
be?
cameos. And fuck, I think
Bill
John
Burr.
Bernthal could really fucking kill it as the master.
Oh.
John's got it, dude.
That's
Hold
so
on, as
good.
the master that's looking for the Padawan.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is just the Punisher.
yeah,
as a
him doing
Jedi.
Punisher
So,
grunting while
yeah.
fucking slicing
Oh.
people in half and ripping them. Yeah, come on.
The
Yeah.
Punisher in space.
Okay.
He's got it. The only other person I
Uh,
think who could do it, if I wanted like an older person, and y'all, I might have mentioned him to you, Graham McTavish, who's an actor who I love. He was
Yeah,
a Saint
that's
killer. He's already used to killing people. He's a Saint of Killers and Preacher. He's in a whole bunch of other shit. I think he's in some cartoons that Graham likes.
He's in the House of the Dragon.
He's in House of the Dragon. And I don't know, for the Padawan, I want someone young, but not
Doesn't
too
really
distracting.
matter, right? Because he ends up only being in a little bit, and then he fucks off for most of it, right?
Yeah, he fucks off. He basically, I want him to only exist in like the introduction and the flashbacks.
Yeah,
In the flashbacks,
that's it.
some of them have to be him as a literal child.
Uh-huh.
So even
So
though I
probably
don't know.
not even the same actor.
So
Yeah,
probably
maybe
nobody.
not even the
so
same
just an up and coming unknown actor.
Yeah, up and coming. We'll do Paul Mescal since Luis loves him.
No, he's too old. Paul Mescal's he's like a 30 he's like my age.
God damn. Never mind.
Yeah, but he could be a Padawan though. I
He
mean, he's
could
not
play,
that
yeah.
old.
It's too small
He's
a
like
role though
Dev.
for Paul. It's too small a role for Paul.
It's about the
That's-
craft for Paul, okay?
There you go.
The
It's about the
in-house-
project.
the in-house
project. Yeah, exactly. Damn, that fucks. What else? What else you got?
I don't know. I mean,
You said
choreographer. I want it to be like a sword fight, like an old,
Mm-hmm.
not like a Japanese samurai,
Oh, okay.
like medieval. Because I want
Yeah.
I want John to have a cross guard.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's go.
Oh,
So I was
Oh.
thinking,
There
the
can be
And he's just,
choreographer-
he's just heavy swinging.
yes,
Oh.
William Hobbs is the choreographer for Game of Thrones, and I think he could kill this.
Yes,
He could
yes,
fucking
he
kill
fucking
it.
is.
Yes.
Oh, that's fire.
That's a
That's
sleeper, actually.
That's a four thumb,
Epic.
2 thumbs and
Woo.
2 toes up.
Yeah, I agree.
That's fire. That's fire. John
Bro, when you
Bernthal.
said John Bernthal, yeah,
Come
I
on,
could
no,
just see
you got
him.
it.
Bro,
No.
if you
First
see
off,
it like
John's got the
first
range,
scene,
bro.
orange lightsaber, and then the last like final slicing and dicing, you just progressively see
John-
it get darker,
John-
darker red.
John
great.
is such a interesting actor because he's such a gruff and tough looking person who conveys vulnerability so
Yes.
well on
Yeah.
screen. It's insane.
Oh.
And not only is he so
Yeah.
genuine and so real about it, but you don't expect it, and that
Right.
adds to his charm because you're
Yeah.
like, yo, here's this fucking dude who will fucking kill me, but he
Yeah.
conveys vulnerability and sweetness, and there's this kind of allure and charm to him.
Mhm.
That's man, yeah. I think John would be fucking amazing. At
You know
that.
what? Fuck it. I found my my Padawan. It's Jeremy Allen White.
Ooh! Hey,
He
nah,
can do it.
bro,
He
he's
can
got
do
to,
it.
dude. He's got to cook some sick Jedi meals.
No, for
Like,
real.
dude, just cut over there. Like, John Berthal's over there, like practicing, and he's just over there, just slicing and dicing,
Exactly.
like smoking a dart, smoking a dead stick.
And
And
there'd be
cooking.
another project when John Berthal dies, so just to continue the trend.
Yeah, exactly.
To continue the
He
trend.
only dies.
Now that you said John Berthal, I think Charlie Cox actually could be really good in a Star Wars.
No, he's bald.
Yeah, I don't want bald men in any of my projects.
Oh yeah,
No
yeah,
projects.
God forbid. You're right.
Yeah,
I forgot
no,
about that.
don't fuck with that.
Gross.
You're a
What am I
movie
gonna
star,
put him?
motherfucker.
What am I gonna
You're-
put him in a hat the whole time?
Yeah, these are
Or in a helmet?
actors. They're supposed to be aspirational,
Hey, a helmet. I like helmets.
not depressing.
Make him like an X-wing fighter or something.
Oh, you know,
Okay,
now that I'm
hold
thinking
on.
about it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have made a Knights of Ren
Yo.
prequel movie, but where they were
Yeah,
actual Force
I-
users.
Yeah, where they were
That was
good.
an idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before they were dog shit.
Gerardo, if you were to have a like a robot or a droid, who would voice the droid?
I mean, I can't do James Spader because I gave him to you.
Right.
You did. That's
Oh.
well, you could. I mean,
No. I got to think of a good. Who's got a buttery ass voice?
Buttery ass voice.
Yeah, it's got to be someone
good.
smooth.
Scott Mescudi.
Kid Cudi, get the fuck out of here, bro.
No,
Is that who that is?
Trust me.
Yeah,
Trust
Kid
me.
Cudi.
Travis Scott.
Just know.
I know who I would make the droid in my movie. Antonio Banderas.
Oh,
Bro, I was.
Yeah.
That's why I
As a
said
droid with an
Galactus a
accent?
minute
As a
ago.
droid.
Because I was
Yeah.
thinking, oh, that would be wet. That would be wet.
it'd be wet.
That would be good,
That
bro.
would
It'd be
wet.
dripping.
Bro, that's our future Galactus.
Oh,
real.
bro, I know. I'm high,
Shit.
bro.
That
I'm
is
high.
our Galactus.
You about to kill that shit, boy.
We not dropping.
Yahya Abdul Mateen
We
would
not
be my
dropping.
droid.
Ooh.
I think he's got a good voice.
He would be a good Jedi as well.
That was my second pick
would.
for.
He
That was
would.
my second pick for the Master.
Yeah.
Yahya can be on the council. He'll kill John.
The
Okay,
main bad guy
okay.
who kills John. Yeah.
He'll kill John.
Like the first one that initiates the like hate for that Jedi kind of.
The one he was closest with. The one who
Yeah,
confided in John
yeah.
the most and spoke to him the most. Maybe he trained John and he was on the council, and he's the
and
one
had
who
to be the one to put
he
him
delivers
down.
the killing blow. Yeah.
Fuck.
There we go.
John's on
We
his
got it.
knees laying down and Yahya just comes up to him.
He holds his shoulder as he dies. No, he's not like
Yeah.
that, Luis.
No.
Nah,
No, he
he's
doesn't
gonna come
hold
up.
his shoulder.
He's
He's
gonna come
vicious.
up like
Just
He's
slice.
vicious.
Just
Yeah.
one slice
No.
and die.
I don't want him to die like that.
he's gotta come
Got
up
to,
like
that's-
But maybe
Like
he has
pre-
to. He has to.
Saddest
Vizsla
Saturn.
and shoot him and say failure. Bam, just like in the Clone Wars, just like that. Not
Yeah.
even-
You lack conviction.
That was good. I've green lane the fuck out of that. And I need
Absolutely.
sequels too.
We
I'm
need to.
double
We need
thumbs
to.
up.
We've greenlit the next 6 movies off that.
And the good thing about your film, Gerardo, is that that's a good standalone film. That's
It
it.
is a good. I
No
think.
Yeah,
pre, no
just that.
post. That's it. That's
Yeah.
a nice self-contained story. No planet hopping. No nothing.
I think
Boom.
that shows, dude. There's a lot of people want more Coruscant stories, and that's
There's
like,
not enough.
Not if it
There's
looks
not
like it
enough.
looked in the fucking
I mean,
Mandalorian season
I-
3.
well, yeah,
Dog
keep
shit
that,
ass
keep it,
core.
keep it.
Or,
But
shit.
like, let's say even today,
Obi-Wan.
this Star Wars page
Poopasant.
shared the 1313 trailer that got canceled. The game that was like all
yeah,
about
Bounty
the
Hunter
prison,
movie.
like, bro. I feel like that
I've
could
incorporated
be,
the lower levels, of course.
grimy.
The
That's what you were
griminess.
saying. Lower levels. I was like, dude, you gotta have a sequence of like 1313 or something. in
I fuck
there.
with the vision.
That'd be so good.
Heavy.
That would be good. All right, Matt. That's tough. That's tough to follow up.
Matt's got
You know,
it. Matt's got it. He's been doing research
everybody-
this whole time. I can tell.
I was texting my dad. We getting the apartment stuff figured out, but
Nice.
yeah, we in there.
Sinestro
yeah,
tour,
man.
apartment tour
Oh,
coming
yeah.
soon.
soon,
Yeah.
There you
soon, y'all gonna see
This is a
crib,
clan
you can
house.
see the where we
Mojo
cook.
Doja Casa house tour.
Mojo
the
Dojo
new
Casa House.
That's a new influencer house. We're all gonna move in
Yeah.
together and start making vlogs.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
what
I'll
I'm
do
about.
it.
Welcome
to
I'll
my
do it
channel.
right now.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome to my channel. Oh, here,
Oh my
y'all,
God.
y'all see my
All
son?
right, Matt. What's your pitch
Look at him. What's up, buddy?
before this video drags on too long?
Yeah.
Bro, my son in the way. Can you move, Juju? We gotta record this episode.
Son, get the fuck out the way.
Bro's speaking to a cat right now. Matt, pitch.
I gotta
They
move
call him the
child.
pussy whisperer.
Oh God. Stop.
Got him. That was good. That was too good.
No, that was
baby.
bad.
That was good.
I wish I
baby.
could
All
mute
right.
you.
I wish
Here's
you
what we
could. I
got.
could unsay the things you said.
Here's what we got, fellas. So I have I couldn't decide on exactly what I wanted to do. First of all, let me preface, everyone has great like full on action adventure and like dramatic stories. I made like one like fun film, one like gritty film, and one like really dark film. But all the cast and
cooking.
everything involved still interchangeable. So it could be for any of these 3 pitch
Okay.
ideas. But it just kind of depends on some of them will be like moved around. 'cause
What
some
about
of
an
these actors-
anthology trilogy where you make one fun, light movie, one kind of action adventure, and then one dark and serious, grimy film with all the same actors telling a
Yes.
different story?
Or what you can,
No.
you know what? I like that because they can also technically they could all tie across like different eras, so it
Mhm.
makes sense. But here's what I got. I'll go with the fun one first.
Okay. They're not long, are they? Because you picked 3.
No, they're just like they're super quick ideas. Well, one of them is probably kind of long because it's a little bit more in depth.
All right, go.
The first one is gonna be the easy one. This Top Gun-esque film. With the Rogue Squadron. Yeah, with the Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
But not just the Rogue Squadron. It's gonna be like a two sides of the same coin. We'll see it from the Rebels side and from the Empire side. So you're gonna get one side which is ragtag,
X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
pretty much. But you get like ragtag fighters who they just want peace for their galaxy. They want freedom. You got this trained elite military, fascist strike force, blacked out uniforms, all that shit. But
Deck the fuck out, yeah.
Deck the fuck out, and like it's gonna be very, like I said, Top Gun-esque. You're gonna have the rookie pilot who's like hot shot and all his shit, and like all the
Top
other
Gun in space. That's a good. That's a pitch.
It's
that's
a
pitch.
solid.
Top Gun.
That's all you need to say.
That's all you need. That's fucks. That's fire.
Now here's where shit gets fun. For the
Patty
director,
Jenkins.
no. For the director, I put.
I know who's picking.
I put Ridley Scott.
Wow.
That's who my other pick was. That's fire.
And I put or Dave Filoni. Now this varies on what type of movie goes on. So I wanted to put Dave Filoni. I want to put Ridley Scott. I was gonna say Joseph Kosinski because I was like, Top Gun,
I thought that's what you were gonna pick. Yeah,
that's too on the nose. You know what I mean? Like
his pitch was on the nose. Top Gun in space, Gerardo.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Essentially, with both, and like it was. I'm still trying to decide if I want it to be the Rebels side or if it's gonna be the Empire side.
Dude, that would be good.
Bro's
2.5 hour movie of both.
Rogue Squadron,
like both sides of it.
Yeah, you have two little squads. You have a squad of rebels and a squad of Empire starfighters, pilots, and it's a story that follows them, and you see their relationships build. And they build friendship. They build kind of these competitive rivalries against one another. But at the end of the day, they're both families, and you see the nuance and what they're fighting for and what they're fighting for, and then it all culminates in this giant space battle between both sides. But
that's what?
But what's so interesting and so cool about that? What's so interesting and so cool about this pitch is that you learn to grow and love both sets of characters, right?
Well, speak for yourself. The Empire's Nazis, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, let Matt
hold on.
Here's the idea.
Keeps empathizing.
You're gonna see both parties, right? You're gonna see both factions. You're not gonna be made to love or hate the other. You're just gonna be given a story with both teams.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. But why y'all trying to cook me? The fuck?
Because let him cook.
Because you were pitching Matt's movie for
No, it was an idea that I had.
He's on point. It's up to the audience to decide who they want to set.
Who's the good, who's the bad.
You're going to see the hero, the hot shot of both sides. You're going to see the grizzled war veteran of both sides. You're going to see the
Glenn Powell of each side.
Yeah, you're going to see the ass hat of both sides. You're going to see all types of characters within you can identify with, but on Jedi Rebels or Empire, and then just be Top Gun in space. And then of course at the end they're going to have the space battle. People are going to die. You're going to be emotionally scarred because your favorite character that you just went along this 2-hour movie with, that you've grown attached to, is now gone. And then finale. But the director is going to be either Ridley Scott or Dave Filoni. Now here's where it gets fun.
It's fine.
The writer is going to be Dave Filoni.
Dude, Ridley Scott, yeah.
Cool. The writer is going to be Dave Filoni, George Lucas, and Dan O'Bannon.
Who's Dan O'Bannon?
Dan O'Bannon worked on the first Alien.
Oh, I should know this.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. And he has some other work too. So,
I
think he would.
He
be
wrote the
solid.
screenplay for Alien. Yeah, duh. I'm fucking stupid. Yes, he did. I fucking love that movie.
That's kind of crazy to think of the director and the writer for Alien plus George Lucas.
And Dave Filoni.
Yeah,
and Dave Filoni, who knows his stuff. He's basically George Lucas' apprentice, like Graham said.
I think
that's a good pitch. That's a good
Filoni
pitch.
would be like the executive producer. I think Ridley would be
the cast. The composer. I couldn't decide, so I put Hans Zimmer for sure because that's my top composer.
Fucking dick writers, bro.
But then I also put it's not just gonna be Hans Zimmer. He's gonna collaborate with Henry Jackman. Henry Jackman is one of my favorite fucking composers. Like, bro,
what did he do?
Went off.
Winter Soldier, and Captain America: Civil War scores. He also did, I think, the Uncharted games or one of the Uncharted games. He did. Did you do the movie?
Shit. He did.
Hopefully not.
He did the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He did like a lot of different things. If I pull up,
he did First Class.
Yeah, he did First Class.
And Kingsman.
First Class is one of the hardest X-Men soundtracks I've ever heard in my life. That's
Kingsman as well.
Yeah, that's true. First class is pretty.
You know, let me just point this out. You know who Nolan picked? Michael Giacchino.
That is true.
We're getting there.
But what didn't he already?
Okay. Next. Sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
And then, of course, and then the one constant for all these three movies is going to be a splash of John Williams. You know, we got to get the OG Star Wars theme for the title. We're going to have an opening. Every single one of these movies is going to have the opening title crawl. We're going to make this classic Star Wars feel. We're not going to do the little PowerPoint transitions, but I just want that title crawl. I want there to be like the stars. Like, remember in episode 3 when it just the crawl finished and then the stars just like shifted and you see the giant ass battle. Yeah, with the drums. That's how the movie. It's gonna basically pick up from the battle scene, like in the middle, and people are already half dead and shit. Then it's gonna like cut to flashback, like when this pilot's about to they're going like head on. Shit looks like it's about.
Ridley's not gonna give you that. I'm telling you that right now. That motherfucker's doing what he wants. He says this is my movie. To understand,
bro.
Yeah, but honestly, if you put Ridley Scott in the Star Wars universe, I honestly don't give a shit what kind of story.
That's right. I think he's gonna kill it regardless. Yeah,
dude, it's gonna be insane.
I like that pitch. What's your cast? Who's your cast?
Now here's the cast. Remember all these elements is gonna fit across the other two pitches. So once I get these done, the other two pitches will just go through the pitches. But the cast. This is a large cast. I'm not gonna lie, because I had a hard time picking who I wanted.
I mean, it's a whole bunch of starfighters, so it makes sense. A pilot's my bad.
So, starting it off, we got my homeboy, my champion, David Cornsweat. Had to pull my boy. Because you know what I'm saying?
You love that motherfucker so much. Bro, I've never met a bigger David Cornsweat fan than Nat, bro. It's funny.
That's my Superman, bro. Ever since we called it accurately that he was gonna be Superman, I was sold. I'm like,
we did, yeah.
Absolute
like years ago, we called David Cornsweat being Superman.
For sure. But you know, I had to show love to my day one top favorite white boy after Graham, Glenn Powell. He in there. Because you know Glenn Powell he's played Aviator how many times? 3 times. He's
okay. So what would he play? Would he be a rebel or an Imperial?
Imperial.
He's white.
He's gonna be an Imperial. Wait a minute.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, plus it's different. It's not what he's used to. No. I mean, he's used to being the cocky asshole, but he's still a good guy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Seeing him
play,
he's gonna be. I want him to go full send asshole, be villainous. Like I want to see him bust out the acting chops.
Driving flying a TIE Advanced. One of the too many motherfuckers.
No, you remember the TIE Defenders from Rebels?
Oh, sorry.
Like those fast ass ships that never got made. Because Kanan sacrificed
got like They got like 6 wings.
Like the 6 wings. I want them to like reinstate, that program and have like elite fighters. Only the elite fighters get to fly the Defender, and Glenn's one of them. So Glenn Powell will be flying that. Then we also have Michael Fassbender. I wanted him to be like kind of I know, right? Everyone's saying Michael Fassbender. He's gonna be booked and busy on all 4 of our movies.
In Star Wars,
He's gonna be the new what's it called? The new
Magneto?
Nah, the new he was already Magneto. I was trying to think of someone who's been in all 6 movies or all 9 movies, but Ian McDiarmid. He's gonna be a new Palpatine, but gooder. Michael Fassbender is gonna be like the older grizzled pilot.
Yeah,
I had Rami Malek in there too, but like as a tech guy. He's played a lot of like brains dude. He's gonna be like the
he's gonna start singing in the middle of the dogfight.
Yeah, he's like the tech guy. Yeah. I like
he's
that.
gonna be like the nerd.
He's gonna put in some fake teeth and win an Oscar.
He's gonna be the one. He's gonna be the one that like no one believes. He's gonna be the one that's doing all like the calculations and talking like, and he's gonna die like 30 minutes into the movie, and everyone's gonna be depressed.
No one cheers.
It's
the one who held the glue. He's the glue who held the team together.
It's gonna be the driving force behind the characters, basically.
Of course,
I'm sorry, Remy.
You got to. Yeah,
we sacrificed you for the plot.
Oscar winner Rami Malek, by the way.
He's gonna sell that role. He's gonna cook that role.
Like he did in Oppenheimer.
He did.
Yeah.
I also got Vanessa Kirby and Emily Blunt in there.
You horny ass has to fucking get Vanessa Kirby in there, bro. You had to. I just don't know put women in our films, and I'm so sorry for that.
I did. I'm about representation.
You did. You're right.
I put Vanessa Kirby and Emily Blunt because I feel like they are 2 very, very good actresses that can, sell their role. They can bring a performance that's gonna. Because we never really saw women pilots until, I guess,
the video game,
the games and Rebels and here and there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Anakin's the greatest pilot of the galaxy, and you got Obi-Wan flying, and you got Luke and all these
But then
other people. Wedge.
Hera's also the greatest
then-
pilot in the galaxy.
That's what I'm saying. Hera. Once you get to Rebels, you got Hera.
The finest pilot
Like,
of the galaxy.
She's the best pilot in the whole galaxy. So I wanted to have someone who's better than the rest of the guys, not in the sense of like, she's a woman, she's trying to prove to be
Sure.
good. She's just good. She's just
good.
better.
Yeah. She just
It's that
happens to be a
simple.
woman. Yeah.
She's
Let me
the
be
best
clear.
pilot.
It doesn't matter that she's good. The fans will fucking hate her.
Yeah.
Just let me
Because
know.
she's a woman.
Like,
Because she's a woman in Star Wars.
A woman is the best pilot in the universe.
Woman can fly. Mary Sue.
Very soon. Exactly. Honestly,
like-
Vanessa
I'm
Kirby
like-
in Star Wars need that shit.
That-
ASAP.
yeah.
Yes.
She's got to be Imperial though,
Yeah.
Yes.
Because she got the
yeah.
British accent.
so she can be
She got the
smarmy as
British
fuck.
accent.
Oh,
She gonna be like, she gonna be like,
Imperial.
y'all remember in Rebels,
Imperial.
Governor Price?
Yeah.
She's gonna be like a Governor Price-esque character, but she's a pilot. She's a badass pilot.
That's fire. That's fire.
Here's the part where I had a hard time deciding. Oh no, this is for the other two films. I'm gonna skip that. That's not gonna get announced yet. Okay.
Tease, a little tease. He's teasing us.
And then Russell Crowe is gonna be the pilot's
I
father.
immediately red lighting this shit.
No,
Fuck
hold
this
on. Hear me out. Hear me out. He's only in
Okay,
there.
wait.
He's only in there for like 2 minutes for like a flashback, like son. You know, he does like the Jor-El thing. He's
Matthew.
like, son,
Matthew.
you're gonna do da 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 da, and then he's done.
Only
He's only
he
in
can
there.
only be in this movie if he does his Greek accent from Thor: Love and Thunder. The only way he's in this movie.
or Javert
he's from
Les
Space
Mis.
Javert from Les Mis. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You see the vision.
I
You see the
it.
vision. He gonna
Never
be in
mind.
there.
I'm all in. I'm all in.
You're back.
I changed my mind. I'm back.
He's gonna be in there. He's gonna be singing to his son, "My son." And then he's gonna die. This is actually a space musical.
The Empire Rises.
No, we're not singing.
my
We're
God.
not singing.
Empire
Someone stop him.
sees You fair.
Matt, mute him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
I'm in,
my
man.
God.
I fucks with the, I see the vision. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
that's
basically,
Who are we-
That's the
Who
that's
is
the-
Luis's character gonna be?
Thank you.
Oh,
I
hold
just
on.
noticed
we,
none of us cast Luis.
That's
wait,
fucked up.
we,
I
we're
see
not
y'all.
there.
yourself.
This is
I see
this
how
is
y'all
just
move.
one
I
film.
can't cast
No, hold on.
myself.
Hold on, this is just one film. Y'all forget. I got two other pitches. Y'all gonna love this.
Oh, you're right.
love this.
Yeah.
We did
So
get
that's
two
just
other
the Top Gun.
pitches.
That's just the Top Gun
He's the
film,
host,
right?
Graham.
That is facts.
Well, I couldn't pick one. I had too many ideas cooking. And
Me
then
too, bitch. And I don't
Yeah,
you can do that.
I picked the me and Vanessa Kirby sex comedy.
No, this is why
In
this is going to be a
space.
series of episodes. This is why this is going to be a series of episodes.
Actually, it's a series where it's just me having sex with all the sexiest aliens in Star Wars.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
We're always gonna get galactically
Hera.
banned.
Dude.
They're sending him
Okay.
to
Y'all are detrimentally horny.
They're sending him
What's
to
next, Matt?
where did they
What's
send?
next?
Where did they send? What's it called? Andor, that prison over the water. That's
Oh,
where
That's
they
where they
send
need to.
Louise.
That's where they need to put y'all.
That's where they send in Louise to horny jail.
I'm being Space Miami with Hera.
I can swim.
With all
okay?
the Twi'leks, baby.
And then for the effects, also for all the movies, the effects are going to be more so. They're going to be a blend of CGI and practical. CGI where needed, but we're going to try and be as practical as possible. So we are filming in space for all these
I was
movies.
gonna say you're actually gonna be in space. Yeah.
We actually
Fair.
built a Death Star for effect. I'm in there right now. We already started. This is a $62.7 trillion movie.
Trillion.
The entire GDP of the United States is fucking going into this movie.
I just got off the phone with Bezos. We're making this.
Bezos said we'll go.
Yeah, but that's the Top Gun-esque film. Now here's where it gets fun.
Okay.
The second film is a little bit more gritty. It's a little bit more. It's not going to be like a character study. It's going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a Clone Commandos type film, but it's not going to be like Bad Batch, like it's
Republic Commandos?
Yeah, Republic Commandos. They're doing like missions. They're going to be doing missions. It's going to be happening during the same time as everything, like the rise of the Jedi Order, the rise and fall of the Jedi Order, all that shit, rise of the Empire, all that shit. But like it's going to be like a sub story. So you're seeing I want it to be as less Jedi as possible. There'd be Jedi, yes, like Jedi generals, but there will not be Jedi centric. So it's gonna be
like the background. So like the backgrounds of big battles, like Ryloth, Geonosis, kind of.
He's gonna make Space Zero Dark 30.
Yo,
you're gonna cast Chris Pratt.
No, we casting
John Krasinski.
Chris Pratt, Bradley Cooper,
John
Krasinski,
the motherfucker
Chris
Evans.
Chris Evans,
Hemsworth,
every white bearded man in Hollywood.
His little brothers,
Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam. Two dog shit. Sorry.
What's the dude from Tron?
Ben Affleck
from Tron.
Oh, Garrett Hedlund.
Yeah, Garrett Hedlund.
Jesus. Garrett hasn't worked in years. He would jump at this.
He was in Reservoir Dogs. He was in Reservoir Dogs. He played a racist white man.
And what's it called? Triple Frontier.
True to form.
Sorry, Matt. Wasn't he in Triple Frontier?
Yeah, he was. Fire
He
film.
was.
Fantastic.
How many years was that?
19,
20. They're 20.
About 4 years.
But this cast is where it gets interesting. So we're gonna keep some elements from the last cast. Where did I keep? We're keeping Michael Fassbender.
Okay.
We're keeping, and that's it. No,
is Michael Fassbender? Is his voice going to be dubbed over by? What's his name? By
James Earl
Django?
Jones?
No, Django Fett.
Oh, Timur Morrison.
Timur Morrison.
So we got
I like it.
We got all the actors, but it's Timur Morrison doing the voice acting. It's just one guy doing everything.
That's what a nutty professor, but clones.
That's literally what it is. It's literally what clone shit is.
It's so great.
But we're also
this is a comedy.
This is what's happening. This is what's happening. The Rock is gonna be the big burly man, but that's it. He don't talk. We just need a
red light, bro. This shit's not
pulling. I'm pulling my funding.
All my funding. No. I'm done.
For this and the first film.
I got a better idea.
Exactly. That first one, I
got a better idea.
Cancel that shit.
I got a better idea. Scrap that. We're not gonna put The Rock.
I'm about to Batgirl this movie.
Hold on.
You make it. You
but
spend
the
all
tax
this time.
right off this bitch.
Hold on. Let me cook. Because I'm only trying to go off of form.
No, we already did, and you said The Rock.
I'm saying I was trying to pick someone going like based off of size, so that way they don't have to.
Dave Bautista.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I say, Bautista, because he can act and he has the size. So
that's crazy though. He wasn't your first pick.
You have been cut. I don't
still not back in, but you got a chance to get me back.
And then these three are saved for the other movie. These three are saved for the third movie.
So that's his record. He's making a live-action Bad Batch.
That's
we have record. We have record. Michael Fassbender's tech for sure.
No, he's Hunter.
No, that hairline, he's tech.
Rami Malek could be tech.
No, Benedict Cumberbatch could be tech.
We're not keeping Rami Malek.
No.
Yeah.
No Benedict Cumberbatch.
I knew. That's why I said it.
Absolutely.
We'll unsay it.
If we're going to go bald man, we're doing Taron Egerton.
He's bald?
Yeah.
Okay. I would take that, actually.
I'm kidding.
You'd be a great tech.
Third
we casting Eggsy.
Yeah, the GOAT.
Now here's the last Here's the lead. Oh, he's about to miss the best part.
Okay. Let's hear it.
The lead clone. Well, not really the lead clone. I'm not gonna say clone because it's not clones. It's just gonna be like random ass dudes who know how to.
They're just like a special ops team,
like a spec ops team. They're like SEAL Team 6, but for the Republic. Luis gonna be the lead clone, not clone. The lead commando.
He missed it.
He just walked
you said
off.
Luis's?
Yeah, Luis's.
Yeah.
No one tell him.
Yeah.
Wait till he listens to the episode.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He's a background extra.
Wait till he listens to the episode. All right. So we moved on from the lead.
Yeah.
The lead actor has been cast. The third film, and then everything from the last, like the director and all that's gonna be the same stuff. But here's where it gets a little bit better. So more
gooder.
gooder. Oh no, this is for the third film now. So the third film is Luis was talking about earlier, that one Force user hunting both Jedi and Sith. That's actually an idea I wrote down because I took inspiration from, you know how Mordo said, you know what's wrong with the world? Too many wizards. And the shit that we were supposed to get for the second Doctor Strange that we're not going to see until 2029.
Would have been a better movie.
So what I decided,
absolutely would have been a good movie.
Stop it.
Would have been not dog shit.
Stop it.
What this is gonna be? It's gonna be a Jedi. It's gonna be a Jedi youngling. You know, they're gonna see him get found by, I guess, some grand. Yoda's the oldest motherfucker. It's gonna be Yoda, pretty much finding him. This is like pre Skywalker saga, all that shit. Like this is way back. Like young, you know what I'm saying? So he's gonna find this youngling. Youngling's gonna be, you know, nubile Force user, not knowing what he's doing. He just knows he's got special abilities. They're gonna take him to the Jedi, what's it called, the Jedi Temple. They're gonna start training him, but he's gonna hear something reaching out to him. You know how there's that? You said there's that Sith shrine underneath the temple. That darkness is pulling at him ever so slightly. Not even like it's like caressing him like ever so slightly. And he's feeling like me, he's like something's not right. Something's not right. He's like he's really gonna show that he's gonna show that perfect, like that beginnings of the imbalance of the Force. You know, he's right now he's like more so light side. That caressing turns into like a nagging to a grabbing, pulling him further into the dark side. And he's gonna realize, you know, bro, the reason why the world is the galaxy's fucked up is because there's too many Force users. And he's like, the Jedi don't know what they're doing. The Jedi they're becoming too, you know, they're too dogmatic, too political. They're too, you know, capitalistic. Like, we got to do something. Yeah. Something's got to change and go back to the way things were. How do I do that? He's going to leave the Order. He's going to discover that the Sith exist. He's going to figure out that he's going to get met by. I don't want him to meet Palpatine. I don't want that to become another, you know, Skywalker. I don't want this is going to be something different. He's just going to meet like a dark. He's going to meet Graham. You're going to love this. The spirit of Darth. Yes, the spirit of Darth Bane. The spirit of motherfucking Darth Bane.
So he just travels to what, Korriban?
Mm-hmm.
He goes to like the Valley of the Sith.
The real before they changed it to, what was it, Moribond or whatever they call it in the Clone Wars. He's going to Korriban.
It's the same thing.
So he's going to go to Korriban. That's where the dark that presence that's pulling him from the Jedi Temple. It calls him there. Now here's the twist. He doesn't stay. He stays. He learns. He already has his Jedi powers. He learns the Sith way. He learns all their traditions and rituals and all that rule of two. He learns powers that he never thought he had attachments. He learns powers that he never thought he never fathomed he could have. And he's like, there's something, this is imbalanced. Now he's on the opposite side. He's like, it's too imbalanced. There's too much, you know, of this rage and anger and
darkness.
Hate. Yeah. We gotta figure out where to balance out. And he's like, I know what the problem is. There's too many Force users. And he just becomes like not a gray Jedi or a gray Sith, just a Force user, like a almost like a
serial
Force
killer.
assassin.
Yeah,
like a Force assassin.
He's a
serial killer.
Have you decided on who's playing it? Because I have a really good idea.
Michael Fassbender.
No.
Is he playing the killer and David Fincher's directing?
Dave Patel.
No.
Here's what
It's going to be Finn Wolfhard.
Oh, okay.
We're pulling
No. Bill Hader, another serial killer.
The studio just got shut down.
We're fine for bankruptcy.
Luis, you see the vision.
He's gonna be
seasons of Barry, top tier.
He's gonna be hunting down both Jedi and Sith. He's gonna be going across.
So
the
like
galaxy,
Jedi's that like have kind of like swayed from the, you know what I mean?
Anybody can come across.
Any Force user but him. He's gonna be fucking them up. Like he's like, I don't care whether he's like, why wait until you become a Jedi or get tempted by a dark side? Let me just end you
killing
now
kids and shit.
He's doing. I don't condone
You don't
infanticide.
condone it, but this is his story.
He's going. I just said he's taking
Cautionary
out Force
tale.
users.
And call me Columbine the way I'm killing
what's
these
basically
kids.
what's going to happen. Mind you, this guy's gonna be played by Nicolaj Coster-Waldau.
Let's go.
Because that's my guy. That's my
fire.
guy. And he's the perfect person to play both the light and the dark. I want him to be that.
He literally
balance.
did it
wow.
in Game of Thrones. Yeah. He was
God,
Here's
literally
where
that.
it's tricky.
He
I
might
wanted
be
Vigo-
my favorite
I
actor
wanted-
in that whole series too.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted Viggo Mortensen from Lord of the Rings to be a
Oh,
villain
that's-
character,
oh,
like
that's
a
it.
dark side user.
He's too old.
Chill. That's
Nah, he's
that's
amazing.
Perfect.
He's amazing.
That's
That's perfect.
As an
And
old
then I
Sith,
wanted,
that's
Oh
fucking,
shit!
Mhm.
Never mind. Okay, yeah.
bro. That would be.
And then I want
that
fire.
might could be the greatest
I want
Casting of all time.
whole.
If
I want
Mads
Josh- I want
Mikkelsen
Josh-
wasn't in fucking Rogue
Rogue
One,
One.
I would have cast him in anything.
yes, yeah, I
We're
agree.
saying
I mean,
that?
up front, Galen,
Merrick.
Urso.
Yeah.
Merrick. Urso.
Gay
He's Galen
Urso.
Urso.
Merrick, dog shit.
Merrick is starting.
You're
Urso,
insane.
Galen Eric.
That's
You're-
Star
Galen
Killer.
Urso.
But then
My
That's
bad, yeah.
crazy.
Josh
You did not
Hartnett
just-
is gonna be the Jedi. Like he's gonna be like the
That's good.
pretentious
That's good.
Jedi
That's
character
good.
who's like too prideful to realize what's going on, and he's the
Our
one who
Dr. Doom.
notices that the Force. He's gonna be the one that notices that the Force users going around killing everybody, and they're like basically launching like an investigation, like
I see-
full out.
Yeah.
Man,
Jedi.
I see the scene. He's like sitting there, and he has his eyes closed, and he's like, I sense there's a dwindling in the Force.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
I sense ... death.
Death.
It's not even gonna be like that. It's gonna pan that scene, and I've constructed this particular scene already because he's gonna be sitting in the temple. You know, they do their little meditations in that dark room. He's gonna be sitting. He's just gonna be sweating like profusely, and it's gonna like be zooming in slow. You're gonna hear like it's gonna zoom in a little bit. It's gonna cut to black. You're gonna hear his heartbeat like speeding up. It's gonna zoom in some more. He's gonna be like struggling, and it's gonna be like his voiceover, like talking, like I feel the cold, a feeling I've not felt
That's kind of
in
fire.
such a
bro.
time.
That's fire.
years.
Bro. Josh Hartnett could.
What is
could-
this I'm
could-
feeling?
He would sell that.
That is a
what
good. That is a good.
he's like, what is this I'm feeling? I feel fear.
I feel
anger. I feel hate.
darkness.
I feel suffering. And then it's a crescendo. I feel death. And he like jumps up and he's like, Master Yoda, Master. And he runs across the temple. He's like,
Yeah, and Yoda's just sitting right there.
He busts into the council meeting that they're having. Like it's gonna be like the young Samuel L. Jackson. We gotta cast somebody. He's gonna be in there.
Tupac.
Someone who's not dead would be
Yeah,
ideal.
let's try.
Allegedly.
Let's try people who
But
still
hold
exist.
on, but y'all didn't. Tupac actually auditioned for.
That's
Ace
true.
Ventura.
Really?
He did.
Yes.
George Lucas
Yes, he
wanted.
did. Yeah, it was gonna happen, and then
Mhm.
George Lucas was a Tupac fan. That's crazy.
He really.
Tupac.
Stan.
So he's gonna run up to Master Yoda, bust into the council meeting. He's gonna say, I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. Not like a plot to destroy the Jedi, but like I sense a massive disturbance in the Force, and they do their whole investigation. And then the Nicolaj Coster-Waldau is just massacring the fuck out of everyone. And then he gets my notes.
Dude, I could see him slaughtering some people.
And then he's gonna
That would be great.
Slaughter me,
Let's see.
daddy.
Yeah,
he's
fucking
gonna
Chulo.
meet. He's gonna meet. I wanted to give him a love interest, but like someone who's on equal footing as him, who's also another Force user. He decides to spare and wants to like train her up, and if she
He's gonna say
eventually,
Sydney Sweeney.
no, I was gonna say, hell no. I was
Anna
gonna say
De Marie or whatever her name is.
Jessica Chastain.
Oh,
I like Jessica. I can't see her in Star Wars though.
I think she can pull it.
She was
off.
already
I
in
feel
X-Men,
like she
and
can-
that was kind of weird.
That's on
That was
shitty writing
weird.
for X-Men though, bro. That X-Men was this. We
That
don't
train
talk about
scene
that.
was fire, though.
That was fire. I think
That was
Jessica
part of the
Chastain's a fantastic actress. I don't know. I can't see her doing Star Wars. I don't know. She did X-Men, so who knows?
You know whose cranium I can see in Star Wars?
Who?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That
That's
phrenology
alien.
works.
yeah, that is.
Phrenology worked. You know who'd be really good too? Lily Rose
What's
Depp.
crazy? Ooh, Anya Taylor-Joy could play a mean sister from like the Mortis arc.
She could play him.
The son.
Yeah.
Stop it! Stop it!
I'll tell you what she could
We
play.
we respect women.
I wanted to.
We
I
respect
also
women
wanted
on
to.
this
Anya.
podcast.
I'm just joking. I love Anya. She's
I
amazing.
also wanted to add like a droid character, he's like a lighthearted, not like a comic relief because I want it to be too funny, but I still want it to have that dark element. But there's gonna be like little like quips. You know, he's kind of like Hu Yang, kind of like
Patton Oswalt.
no,
Michael Cera.
no, Michael Pena.
Ryan Gosling.
Michael Pena's gonna be the droid that tells the whole story of the galaxy from back.
I
Just
know,
like, but
God,
just like,
fucking
just like-
annoying as fuck. And I'm Mexican. I can say that annoying as
just
fuck.
like, just like,
And his
just
name
like,
is
what's his
Luis.
name in-
God
in
damn, bro.
Ant-Man.
Luis. I couldn't have picked a less fucking annoying ass name for an annoying ass character. Yeah, and I was thinking, and then, bro, shut the fuck up, dog.
He's like-
Learn how to speak Spanish right, pussy.
Bro said,
Do
That
good
little
shit.
that little beat that be playing, it's like do like a jazz beat, and he's like, okay, so I was at the art exhibit, right? And I saw this one
Jazz beat. He's gonna cast Miles Teller.
It needs to be that Uncle Aaron
exhibit,
beat.
right? I was at this art exhibit, right? And I saw this fine Heina, and I was like, "Hey, yo, what's going on?" And she's like,
She's
"She's like, I'm my cousin Julio." And
she
he was
said,
like,
"I got a Sancho."
Yeah.
Bro, it's so fucking annoying. I hate it.
When we become super famous, Luis is gonna have to tell every like episode, like a abridged version of every episode that we've done, just like that. This is from the beginning to now.
Absolutely not. I will not.
So
Was Peyton
a
Reed
droid.
racist for allowing that to
The
happen?
Yes.
droid character I
Peyton
want
Reed
is gonna
wrote
be
it.
I was about to say.
the droid character I want is gonna be Leslie Odom Jr. because I like him. He's
Mhm.
great.
Oh.
He's got good acting
Mhm.
chops, and I feel like he can do a good voice acting for this too. And then I
You
had
have him sing
Shimon,
too.
huh?
The
Have him sing.
history of the galaxy is
Stop
within.
letting Luis sing. Mute him.
Oh my god! Now,
Anyways.
of course, everything else stays the same. Director is still Ridley Scott or Dave Filoni. Writer is still going to be Dave Filoni, George Lucas, Dan O'Bannon.
It's crazy.
Composer still Hans Zimmer, Henry Jackman, with a splash of John Williams.
You cooked.
Michael Giacchino. He's cooking on this one. This is his baby. This is where he's gonna.
What was the second? What was the second film?
The second was the Clone Commandos type film.
That's the only one I'm red lighting. I'm green lighting the other two.
No, that's the
Well,
comedy.
no, we
That's the one we
saved- we
need.
saved
That's
it.
the
We
one that's gonna
saved
make
it.
money.
I actually was kind of thinking I'm more on the second one than the third one. I mean, I like all three of them.
Hold on.
But I do think we
here's the
could
last.
use
Here's
like
the
a
last
Republic
element.
You had three
His-
chances, Matt. It's okay.
No,
You're not
his-
going to
this
be
is- no,
three
this
for
is the
three,
last-
baby.
no, this is the
Man,
last
I'm giving you
element.
$1 billion for each of them.
Wait, this is the last
Yeah,
element.
yeah.
You gotta let me say this
Make
one.
it
This is-
happen.
I feel like this is what's gonna make the film all the more better. So since it's a Jedi, since the Force user hunting down Jedi and Sith, of course you gotta have fight scene choreography. I picked Nick Gillard for the sword fighting choreography because he did everything for all the Star Wars films. I also put James Young because he did the choreography for Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and that hand-to-hand shit on that bridge, I shit you not, is the greatest fucking fight scene. I don't care what anyone
It
says.
is, but that's
That shit went
not
crazy. I want to
Star
see
Wars,
that.
It is
bro.
hard.
It's not Star Wars,
Like
bro.
that. Yeah, it's not. It's not Star Wars.
You don't
That
think there would
hand-to-hand
be
shit in the
hand-to-hand
Winter
shit?
Soldier is. I mean,
You
there
don't think there
is,
would be
but
hand-to-hand shits, bro?
They don't have hands in
You know
Star
how many?
Wars, bro.
You know how many forms they know? You know how many?
Learn
It
the
would,
lore.
work, it would work for Graham's film because it's Mandalorians.
Do you know how
yeah,
many
like
forms?
if it, like
Listen,
'cause
listen.
is
Do you know
true.
how
That
many
is very
forms the
true.
Jedi know? There are 7. There are 4. No, there are like 7 lightsaber forms, and some.
that
and
all
some
take
of them,
lightsabers.
7 what?
Hold on.
7 what?
Hold on.
And there's
Hold on.
there's a
7
sort
what
of
forms?
there's a sort of
Hand-to-hand combat
Jedi.
forms?
There's a sort of Jedi like martial art that they be doing. So there's a way that they can incorporate this.
Not that
Oh,
shit
shush
again.
me.
No,
Stop.
that is true, but they're lightsaber forms.
It's
I
not
get
gonna
it.
be. It's not gonna be
That
entirely.
doesn't
it's
mean
not
he's
gonna
only
be
a
entirely.
hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, it's not entirely.
But
choreographer.
fuck,
I get it.
I mean, there's
said,
one part.
Bring in
the,
Chad Stahelski.
The best
I was
part
gonna
of
say. I was
Kenobi-
gonna do that.
The problem with
Space
that. The
John
problem
Wick.
with that. Then it's gonna
The
have to be.
best
Yeah, I was gonna
part
say
of
Space John
Kenobi-
Wick.
the best part of Kenobi was whenever Vader was just using his hands to prevent Reva from getting anywhere fucking near him. So I mean that is kind of true.
There's like no such thing as a best part of Kenobi.
The best part of Kenobi was when he pulled the ship out of the sky. Like, why couldn't?
Best part of Kenobi is when I stopped watching it.
The best
I was
part
gonna
of
say
Kenobi,
was when it ended. Was the best part of
end.
Kenobi.
Yeah, and that's coming from like that garbage.
Bro said
Dog.
the title,
Kenobi was
the title
all the sex parodies I watched. That was the best part of Kenobi.
Holy shit.
I
Hey,
stand
great
by
is a
movies,
that.
guys. Let's go. Great movies, guys.
This man is a
Great
fiend.
movie pitches.
No, I honestly think. But look, I think just to wrap this episode up, I think that goes to show, like, I think our ideas are wonderful, and I think they're great. But I think they bring to light a greater problem within Star Wars, which is it's getting too monotonous and it's getting too too
Of the same old, same old.
Too
It's
samey.
the same old,
Exactly.
same. It's the same old, same old.
And I understand that Disney
babies.
is a brand and Disney needs to be family friendly, right? And me and Graham were talking about this off camera like last week. I hope and pray that the Acolyte is kind of a divergence from the tones and the themes of Star Wars that we've seen thus far. I hope the Acolyte takes in a darker, makes it a little bit darker, a little bit more weird, a little bit more supernatural, and
mystical.
I mean, and I think if Star Wars,
I think Star Wars has finally accepted that mystical part of, being in a galaxy far, far away a long, long time ago. Like, let's finally embrace
what Star Wars needs to do is take risks. They need to take risks. They need to tell stories that are
absolutely
different and bold and brave and interesting, right? We get it. We know the archetypes. We know these kind of archetypal stories and characters. We've seen it. Trust me, we have 3 trilogies fucking
of the same old
shit depict that. We get it.
And there's one trilogy from my perspective that is way less gooder than the other two.
Exactly.
We already know,
so it's
know which one it is.
So
and it's like we've talked about before. Let cool, interesting people make cool, interesting shit, right?
And that's what you get with Tony Gilroy and like
Dave Filoni.
And that's why this is such a good little exercise, let's say, that we just did, because it brings in like almost an outside perspective on what we could get from other visionaries, other different kind of acting, different artists and different stories that isn't confined to a certain amount of time. Like, I am so glad that they are putting the time into what they are with this Thrawn era.
I wanted to say that every my entire movie will have hella bricks and screws. Just FYI.
Yes.
There'll be nothing but bricks.
Green light it right
Nothing
now.
but bricks.
Green light it right now.
Yeah.
We just we were going to front you $1 billion.
God forbid you see a 6th brick and a 6th screw.
We actually just got another call from Bezos and from the Saudi government. You're going to get $67 quadrillion.
I'll take it. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a shit.
Human rights is my ass, bro. I'm taking that $7 quadrillion, bro.
Exclusively for bricks and screws. Only for the bricks and screws.
And I'm gonna make the best Star Wars movie of all time.
It's okay. Zack Snyder's already about to do it.
Rebel Moon soon.
Oh.
Nah, don't let Louis slide. He was like, it might look good. Nah, don't let him hop
it might look good.
Fuck Zack Snyder. Fuck, he can suck my fucking dick. Fuck him. That movie does look sick, though. That movie looks like a...
I think, dude, that's just going to be amazing.
It ain't the creator, though. It ain't the creator, though.
It absolutely is the creator.
Nah, the creator...
Chill.
Bro, they're saying the creator's goated. Oh, sorry. Boo!
Shout out Zack Snyder's Justice League.
No.
You see how nobody reacted.
You know what?
That's a wrap for today's episode.
Fuck Zack Snyder. Army of the Dead, ass. What else is it?
Was it Dawn of the Dead? Great.
That's good.
Dawn of the Dead's great.
Watchmen, good.
Great.
Sometimes.
Watchmen, to me, is still the best comic book movie, I think, in parts.
Yeah.
It's depending
the best
on what movie.
Zack Snyder comic book movie.
Come on.
300. 300.
300 is pretty good.
Sucker
No.
Punch.
Dog
See-
shit. Sucker Punch is
Yeah.
dog shit.
It looks cool.
I don't give a fuck.
Let's
It's
not-
ass,
it
bro.
look- I know, but
I've seen
Say
better
you're-
fucking action in YouTube stickman
then watch
animations, bro.
those.
I do.
Bro.
I'd much rather watch that than fucking Sucker Punch.
Guess what I
What do you
haven't
mean?
rewatched? Guess what I haven't rewatched? Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
You gotta watch that. It's called like Bullet Time Fighting, where it's basically the Matrix, but they're the little stick figures. Them
Yeah.
be running up the walls.
Red
That shit
versus
is
blue.
great.
Was it?
Mm.
Red- was it-
Halo.
Dick
Machinima.
figures is what
Dick
you're thinking.
figures.
Of. Dick
Fucking
figures.
fire,
Oh my
bro.
goodness.
Mondo Media, I think they. I think they're
Dick
kaput.
figures. Of course
They're
they're
done.
kaput. They were in the prime of YouTube back when it was easy to make money off that.
Nah,
Bitch.
but I think they're gone.
Mhm.
Rip in
R.I.P.
peace.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Rest in
All right,
peace.
that's a
All
wrap.
right, that's a wrap.
But
Star
you know what? Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy, hire us. We'll make some fire ass
Yeah.
Star Wars
Oh,
movies.
hold on.
Each
Here's-
of these movies
here's-
are making $1 billion plus.
This is the
Oh,
only
God.
thing. This is the one thing I will say that we're
Mine's
gonna have
flopping,
for all our
but
movies.
everybody knows it's good.
regardless, this is the one thing
Cult
that's going
classic.
across the board. Sarah Haley Finn, casting director, because I trust this woman.
No, get the fuck the Marvel
Hear me
casting
out.
director. Get the
Hear
fuck
me
out
out.
of here, bro. Boo.
We
Hear
are
me
the
out.
casting director.
I'm the casting
me out.
director, exactly. And guess
Hear
who
me
I'm
out.
casting? Me,
Dev
bitch.
Patel and Michael Fassbender.
Me,
Oh,
bitch.
no,
That's what
I'm
it
in
is.
all
Yeah.
of these projects,
Michael
motherfuckers. I'm in
Fassbender,
every one.
Michael Fassbender, and Dev Patel have been mentioned more times in
Oh,
this episode than anything else we've ever said on this show.
Michael Fassbender is crazy. I can't believe y'all picked him.
Bro, he's great.
What?
He's
What do you
busy
mean?
racing, guys.
Doesn't
I
he
don't
also
think he's
have
gonna time.
domestic abuse
And?
allegations against him?
Holy
I
shit.
fucking hope not.
I think
I
he
said
does.
Michael
No,
Fassbender.
I don't know.
I said David Cornsweet.
Prove
my
it.
goal.
You know who does
my
it?
goal.
Oh my
You know who
god.
David
doesn't?
Cornsweet. Me.
Me.
Dev Patel.
Me.
That's right.
Not yet.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when Dev Patel was in Chappie?
I love him. I
I
fucking
refuse
love
to watch
Chappie.
that movie.
I
I refuse to
fucking
watch it
love
because I love
Chappie.
it.
It's
Love
on,
Dev.
yeah.
Bro,
I love
Nah,
Dev too
Chappie's
much.
cool as fuck. I
Sharlto
don't care.
Copley has to answer to God for that accent, bro. What was he doing?
What accent
matter
was
of
it?
fact, he don't even have to answer. He has to answer.
They're
to
South
me.
African.
He is
Yeah.
African. He is
I thought
South
he was
African,
trying to-
isn't
I
he?
thought he was trying to be. I thought he was trying to do an Indian accent. I was like, bro, you're going straight to hell.
No, the South
Bro, you
African
just didn't
accent.
understand. You
South
didn't get
African
it.
accent is very specific. I think
What's
he is
crazy
South African
is,
though.
yeah, I actually have it up at
Hugh
my
Jackman's
bar
good.
in my town.
The guy who plays Martinez is good.
Oh, so he's actually
Those
he was
weird
actually
band
supposed to be
people are
South
weird.
African?
I don't like them.
Sharlto Copley,
like
I'm
them.
sorry. Sharlto Copley, I
think they have
apologize.
allegations.
I was
plays
unfamiliar with your
Martinez?
game.
Hispanic guy from
Bro,
The
so is
Walking Dead.
Michael Fassbender really got...
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
tell-
look.
The only
Tell
Hispanic guy in Chappie is Martinez from Walking Dead.
Tell Sharlto Copley, I
Was it Pablo
apologize
Cantillo? He
for
plays Yankee.
my actions.
Probably. Is he Hispanic?
Sure is.
Yep,
Bald.
that's him. Yep. I don't know. Is he
Bald?
bald now? I don't like him anymore.
Buzz cut.
Okay. Yeah,
Sigourney Weaver's in this bitch.
yeah bro.
This movie looks
Yeah,
like
that's
dog shit.
Yankee, boy.
I refuse to watch that shit.
Bro, watch it.
No, watch The Green Knight, not watch Chappie.
I just haven't gotten around to it.
Y'all remember? Y'all remember?
We're busy
Hard-
coming up with Star Wars
Hardcore
concepts.
Henry?
You know, it's a lot of work.
Y'all remember Hardcore?
Oh, we
Henry?
forgot to rap.
Sharlto Copley. In that,
That's a wrap.
we started talking about like Michael Fassbender, and then I
Chappie.
accused.
Look up. Michael
Sharlto
Fassbender
Copley.
allegations.
It does
No,
say
we're
he-
not doing this
I'm-
on the pod. We're
wait,
ending
yeah.
the podcast right now.
Nah.
Yes.
Y'all will answer for your
Every-
fucking crime.
Every
will answer
you
for
do
your
your
crime.
research.
You
I didn't pick him because I knew.
wait till I go to the police station and fill out my report on you, boy.
That's a
supposed to-
wrap.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
that's a wrap. Thank you guys for
Allegations. That's a wrap. That's a wrap for today. We appreciate you guys listening to our greatest freaking pitches of Star Wars movies ever.
In
These need to
history.
be greenlight into greatness automatically.
Greenlit.
Green-lighted.
If you know Dave Filoni, send him the link to this episode, please.
I do not
Dave,
want
tell-
Dave
Dave
Filoni looking at my face.
Himloni. Dave Himloni.
Dave,
Dave, God,
go
I'm
over
scared. I don't
Filoni.
think he'd approve.
Filoni.
I just want him to cast me and shit.
Yeah.
That's it. Please cast us. We can act. Mostly. I just
can't.
read lines and drink soda water.
Boy milk.
Soy milk.
I can't memorize anything.
We're fucked.
Gerardo be freestyling.
You guys are not selling yourselves.
I'm not trying to. I don't want to be on camera.
Irene Ryan, award-winning actor.
Luis is going to get hired. Just sign me on as a writer.
There you go. And that's a wrap.
Yeah. That is a wrap for today's episode, you guys. We appreciate y'all watching or listening to our channel.
Chappy.
Bro, put up dog.
Big father, I'm Chappy. It's me, Chappy.
Who voices Chappy?
Sharto
Copley.
That seems my droid's going to be in my movie.
No. Is he also?
I want a South African droid.
Chappy Star Wars fucking universe crossover universe.
Oh God.
Yeah, this is off the fucking rails. We need to call.
Somebody on this fucking podcast.
Be sure to follow us. Be sure to follow us on all platforms at Cinestro Core to stay tuned on everything coming up this year. Go ahead and Chewbacca smash the
Chappy like button.
Chappy smashed the like button and subscribe button. Show us how much you love this episode by leaving us a 5-star review wherever you listen to this podcast. Send our podcast and YouTube channel to your friends, enemies, Sith, Jedi, your chappies and your pappies and all your homies, all that, everywhere. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time on the Cinestro Core.
Peace.
That means...